You walk into the building, smell that familiar grease, and order the same meal you have been eating since you were a child. It feels safe. It feels comforting. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself what you are actually putting inside your body? We are not talking about calories or fat. We are talking about chemistry. We are talking about heavy industrial engineering disguised as food. The McDonald's empire feeds 68 million people every single day. That is more than the entire population of the United Kingdom. But to feed that many people so cheaply, corners must be cut. Natural ingredients are replaced by lab-created compounds. Freshness is replaced by preservatives that can outlast a nuclear winter. When you peel back the marketing, the clown, and the happy meals, what you find underneath is a disturbing story of modern manufacturing. You think you are eating a burger, fries, and chicken. But legal definitions allow them to call things meat that you would not even feed to a stray animal. From chemical fillers found in yoga mats to a pink paste that looks like alien goo, the secrets hidden in the fine print are enough to make you rethink your meal forever. Here are 4 McDonald's orders you will never see the same again. And number 1 explains why experts call this the bliss point trap. Let's start with number 4, the chicken McNuggets. This is the item that hooks children. It is golden, crispy, and seemingly harmless. McDonald's claims they use white boneless chicken breast. And technically they do, but that is only half the story. In the industrial food world, there is a term called mechanically separated poultry. This is a process that happens after all the prime cuts, the breast, the thighs, the wings have been removed for the supermarket. What is left is the carcass, the bones, the cartilage, and the connective tissue. Giant machines crush these remains and force them through a sieve under high pressure. The result is not meat as you know it. It is a paste, a chemical bacteria-filled sludge. Because this sludge comes from the inside of the carcass, it requires heavy processing. In the past, industry reports revealed that similar mixtures were treated with ammonia, a chemical commonly used in cleaning products, to eliminate pathogens. Then, because the resulting paste looks gray, it is often dyed artificial white to look like chicken breast. And have you ever noticed that every McNugget looks suspiciously perfect? That is because they are not random. They are manufactured in 4 distinct shapes: the bell, the ball, the boot, and the bone. They are stamped out of a mold like plastic toys in a factory. They are also injected with chemical stabilizers to keep their shape and anti-foaming agents to stop the oil from bubbling in the fryer. When you eat a nugget, you are eating a scientifically engineered sponge of meat glue and corn derivatives. Number 3, the McRib. The McRib has a cult following. It appears on the menu, vanishes, and then returns, creating a frenzy of fans rushing to buy it. McDonald's says this is due to seasonal availability, but the truth is far more calculated. The McRib is a masterclass in market manipulation and frankenfood technology. The McRib is not a rib. There are no bones in it. If you look closely, you will see the bones are actually molded into the meat patty itself. It is officially a restructured meat product. The technology to create this was actually developed to create cheap rations for soldiers in the field. They take the cheaper parts of the pig, the heart, the stomach lining, and the tripe, grind it up, and use salt and water to extract proteins that act as a glue. They essentially bind the meat scraps back together in the shape of a steak. But the ingredients list is where the real concern lies. The bun used for the McRib has been found to contain azotocarbonamide. This is a chemical used commercially to bleach flour, but its primary use in the world is not in food. It is used in the production of foamed plastics. It is found in yoga mats, the solace of your running shoes, and gym flooring. In Europe and Australia, this chemical is banned in food production because it is linked to respiratory issues. But in the US, it is perfectly legal. When you bite into that sandwich, you are consuming the same compounds found in your gym equipment. Number 2, the world-famous fries. You might think, it is just a potato. How bad can it be? This is the biggest illusion of all. In the UK, McDonald's fries contain 3 ingredients: potatoes, oil, and salt. But in the US, the ingredient list explodes to over 14 different items. Decades ago, McDonald's fries were cooked in beef tallow, pure beef fat. That is what gave them their distinct, addictive flavor. But under pressure to reduce saturated fats, they switched to vegetable oil. The problem? Vegetable oil lacks that signature taste. So to replicate it, they added natural beef flavor. This flavor contains hydrolyzed wheat and hydrolyzed milk. This means that for decades, many customers didn't realize their fries were not strictly vegetarian. But the flavor is not the scary part. The scary part is the preservation. Before the fries are frozen, they are sprayed with dextrose, a form of sugar, to ensure they turn that perfect golden color in the fryer. Then, they add sodium acid pyrophosphate to keep the color from fading. And finally, the oil contains dimethyl polysiloxane. This is a silicone-based anti-foaming agent. It is also found in silly putty and cosmetics. This chemical cocktail creates a zombie food. There have been countless experiments where people leave McDonald's fries in a glass jar for months or even years. They do not mold. They do not rot. The bacteria and fungi that naturally decompose food will not touch them. They are so processed, so devoid of nutrients, and so loaded with preservatives that nature simply does not recognize them as food. If mold won't eat it, why should you? And finally, number 1. The beef scandal. The centerpiece of the menu. The Big Mac. The Quarter Pounder. McDonald's proudly stamps 100% beef on their boxes. They want you to imagine a butcher grinding a prime cut of steak. The reality is a global industrial operation that blends meat from thousands of different cows into a single batch. A single fast food hamburger can contain DNA from over 100 different animals. This increases the risk of contamination exponentially. But the real controversy that shook the world was the pink slime exposure. For years, the industry used trimmings, the fat and connective tissue scraped off the bones that were traditionally used for pet food. Because these trimmings were highly susceptible to bacteria, they were treated with ammonia gas to sanitize them. This allowed corporations to take waste product, clean it with chemicals, and mix it into the ground beef to increase volume and lower costs. After a massive public outcry and an expose by major news networks, McDonald's announced they would stop using this specific type of filler. But loopholes for other types of additives remain in the industry. The beef industry is a volume game. Speed is money. And when you prioritize speed over quality, health becomes the victim. When you eat that burger, you are not nourishing your body. You are triggering a dopamine response designed by food engineers. They calculate the bliss point, the exact ratio of salt, sugar, and fat that overrides your brain's "I am full" signal. They are hacking your biology to make you addicted to cheap industrial fillers. So the next time you see those golden arches lighting up the night sky, remember what is happening behind the curtain. Remember the gray paste, the yoga mat chemicals, and the fries that never die. It is not food. It is a manufactured product. And you are the consumer they are testing it on. Stay safe, stay skeptical, and subscribe for more truths the food industry is paying millions to hide from you.